So you have a 2-month-old and you are wondering, is my baby on track? Are they learning everything they need to? If you've had those kind of questions, this is the video for you. In this video, I'm going to tell you the research-based milestones you should be looking for your 2-month-old. If you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Jenny. I'm a certified teacher, doctoral student, and also a mom of 2 adorable girls, Alice, who is 19 months old, and Mina, who is 3 months old. And in this video, I'm actually going to cover developmental milestones for my 2-month-old, Mina. I'm going to be talking about milestones based on the Ages and Stages Questionnaire. The Ages and Stages Questionnaire is a survey that's given out in a lot of pediatricians' offices, doctors' offices, and state programs to measure milestone growth for children to see if there are any developmental delays. The way that the survey works is you would be selecting not yet, sometimes, or does all the time for your 3 different options, and they're basically different weights of points. So as you go through this and listen to the different milestones, ask yourself if your child does what is asked of them, sometimes does what's asked of them, or does not yet. The Ages and Stages Questionnaire is broken down into 5 components: communication, gross motor, fine motor, personal social, and problem solving. These 5 different domains are the different skill pieces that you're looking for. Each individual skill in here might not be mastered, but you're looking for a holistic score that meets the minimum cutoff. Otherwise, you want to talk to your pediatrician. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the first category, which is communication. Does your baby sometimes make throaty or gurgling sounds? Does your baby make cooing sounds such as ooh, ga, or ah? When you speak to your baby, does she make sounds back at you?
Are you being shy?
Does your baby chuckle softly?
Woo.
After you've been out of sight, does your baby smile or light up when she sees you? Those are all of the communication milestones, and if you scored along at home, you're looking for a score of 22 or above. Now what that means is if you answered yes for at least 3 of those, you already have 30 points. If you answered sometimes for any question, that's worth 5 points. If you answered not yet for any question, that is worth 0 points. Your cutoff score for communication is actually 22 points. So add up all the total of those milestones that I just said and see if your child meets that cutoff score of 22. If they're above 22, no matter which ones they can do, then you're on the right track. All right, let's talk about the next category, which is gross motor. While your baby is on his back, does he wave his arms, wiggle, and squirm? When your baby is on his tummy, does he turn his head from side to side? When your baby is on his tummy, does he hold his head up for more than a few seconds? When your baby is on her back, does she kick her legs? After holding her head up for a while on her tummy, does your baby lay her head back down rather than letting it flop down? So the gross motor cutoff score is actually quite a bit higher. You're looking for a score of 41. Now remember, yes counts as 10 points, sometimes counts as 5 points, and not yet counts as 0 points. So score all those, add your score up. If your score is above 41, then you are above the cutoff, which is considered developmentally normal. The next category is fine motor skills. Is your baby's hand usually tightly closed when he is awake? If it used to be, but he no longer does this, mark yes. Does your baby grasp your finger if you put it in the palm of her hand? When you put a toy in your baby's hand, does he hold it briefly? Does your baby touch her face with her hands? Does your baby hold her hands open or partly open when awake? Does your baby grab at or scratch her clothes? Add up your total score, like over here, and your cutoff score for fine motor skills is 30 points. So you're looking for a combo of 30 points. Remember that yes equals 10 points, sometimes equals 5 points, and not yet equals 0 points. As long as you are above that cutoff, it is considered developmentally normal based on the Ages and Stages Questionnaire, which is used in most state programs and most pediatricians' offices. The next section of the Ages and Stages Questionnaire is Problem solving. Does your baby look at objects that are 8 to 10 inches away? When you move around, does your baby follow you with his eyes? When you move a toy from side to side in front of your baby's face, does your baby follow the object and sometimes turn their head? When you hold your baby in a sitting position, does your baby look at a toy or an object that's placed in front of them, for example on a table? When you dangle a toy while your baby is lying on his back, does your baby reach up to bat at it? It's okay if he doesn't actually touch it as long as he's reaching towards the object. So the problem solving cutoff score is a score of 24 points. You're looking for 24 points or above to be developmentally normal, remembering that yes is worth 10 points, sometimes is worth 5 points, and not yet is worth 0 points. So as long as your baby is above that threshold of 24, it's considered developmentally normal, and it's not a major concern yet. The last category of the Ages and Stages Questionnaire is personal social. Does your baby sometimes try to suck even when she's not feeding? Does your baby cry when he's hungry, wet, tired, or wants to be held? Does your baby smile at you? Does your baby watch his hands? When your baby sees the breast or bottle, does it seem like she knows that she's about to be fed? So the personal social cutoff score is 33 points. You're looking for 33 points or above, remembering that yes is 10 points, sometimes is 5 points, and not yet is 0 points. As long as it's above the cutoff score, it is considered developmentally normal. Now I wanted to mention here at the very end, one thing that you want to look at and consider is if your child is very close to that cutoff number, it's something that you want to monitor and intervene with, but not necessarily a major concern just yet. So for example, if you're looking at that communication milestone chart and you scored maybe a 24 when the cutoff is 22, I would look at those different milestone markers and try to encourage them with your baby as much as you can. So if you're close to the cutoff score but you're still above it, it's something that I would monitor and provide activities to enrich, but not necessarily be super concerned just yet. Remember that every baby is different. One last thing I want to mention before we're done here is that the Ages and Stages Questionnaire actually goes to 2 months and 30 days. So when you're looking at 2-month milestones, it might be that the first week of 2 months, they don't meet the milestones yet, but by 2 months and 24 days, they meet the milestones. So make sure when you're measuring growth of your child, you measure from the end of the month to make sure that you're not shortchanging your child time to actually grow and learn. I hope this was helpful for you and you gained some insight on what you can be looking for your 2-month-old. These Ages and Stages questionnaires were very helpful for me because having a NICU baby with my first child, I really wanted to make sure she was meeting those milestones, and this is what the state program here in Georgia actually was that they use to measure milestones. So I figured it might be helpful to other parents to know what is considered developmentally appropriate for a particular age child. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing. I do all sorts of parenting, new mom, and educational content, and I would love to have you around for the ride. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you next time. Take care.